Ah, yes. We have a brand new sound effect. Keeps things interesting.
Brand new sound effect.
Brand new sound effect.
Oh no, what are we doing?
Oh no. It is I, and it is you. You who may have had to read a map to get here. Stop talking. I love you, but showtime. Yes, class, sit in your seats. Because this is page 2 Poetry Cush. Oh, yeah. Oh, where is it that you are? You are at page 2 Poetry at Cush Cafe in the heart of Eugene, Oregon, deep in the brain of this fantastic place. I am your host and sweaty overlord, James Otter. This event is currently the only weekly poetry reading that's also an open mic in the Eugene Springfield area, possibly even Lane County. Every Tuesday, Eugene's bravest and brightest present their original works here in this back room, on this stage, cheered on by you, the loving, kind, and ever respectful audience. Poetry is an inspiring habit. I have met countless people who just by watching the show alone become courageous enough to join said show. I love it here. Do you love it?
Yes. Woohoo! Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Damn straight. For those of you who are new here, this is important information to know. All works must be original. This is an alcohol-free environment. That doesn't mean free alcohol either. All poets are given 8 minutes with a final paragraph slackline. Meaning, if the buzzer goes off and you only have 1 paragraph left, you may finish your poem. This is not a competition. This is a loving environment. Part of keeping this a loving environment is supporting the poet. Please try not to walk out on a performer if possible. As well, do not interrupt the performer, please. And thank you. I do not edit for content, so neither should you. All of you are awesome. You're also awesome. You make this scene, and we make it awesome. Together, can I get a fuck yeah?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fucking fuck yeah. I will start us off with a brand spanking new poem. Oh, yes.
There's James Otter.
The bottom of my foot is raw and bloody. No other choices left. Keep moving. My lips dry out and crack. The shade slinks away from me. I should have never eaten those shoes of mine. Who cares now? Focus is bleary. Nothing. The ground trembles. It slithers out from under my pinky toe. The pimpled pockmarks of snake bites and spider niggles, poison oak and sweat rashes. I stick leaves in my hair. It's so openly ersatz my comfort. Float face down in the murky slime that was once brackish sewer water. Lost out of time, the days become 48-hour nightmares. And then it stopped me. It that was my sense of reason. It that was my confidence. It that is the shadow of my humanity. lost in this inner city, in an area abandoned by civilized man, where the trash can fires are a sign that I must never be seen. I provide only stabbing fodder. They already stole my shoes. They did. And most of my clothing. And this heat, this sweaty, unquenchable heat. Steam boils the muck. It already smelled rotten on the bakes. My older sunburns are peeling. Sadly, I envision childhood fruit roll-ups and tales from the crypt. My face itches. I scratch until the hot blood cools down around my mouth. I scratch my forehead till it bleeds into my cones. The world expands, and I can see a dark entrance. With no other choice left, I sleep on the other side of the grating. And it's here in the rough, cold, urban prison I begin to wonder about the reptile men. And if they were real, would they feed me? I don't care. I just stare till I'm blind. The sensation of sight is too much. I don't need the confines of vision anymore. I require a picnic, a theft, another lost one, with shoes for me this time, with eyes they don't need, with silly little memories to forget. Maybe a bottle of the worst, cheapest, nastiest, most hateful liquor. The kind brewed from grass killer and swamp rat blood. My gums disappear, and I start to hear stories about myself. Listening on the echo, it's cold and cool down here under the city. Hope was the last thing to escape. And then it was hopelessness. Then it was nothing. My gums retreat to the confines of death's bed. My teeth long and fragile. My eyes sightless cataracts. My fate divine as Siddhartha on a blanket of thorns. Divine as skin and blood and muscle and sinew and bones. And cults of some answer to some question the universe doesn't care about. For breakfast, I lay awake or asleep. I can't tell anymore. When science finds me in 100 years with a beautiful opalescent skeleton, I won't care. And the biggest joke of all wasn't why the chicken crossed the road. It was how I caught the chicken and how we would have been friends. Best make myself comfortable, because in the end, I will be a new breed of sewer mutant. Once man, once lost, once scared, now alone and fine with that. It would be nice to drink some apple juice again. Sometimes people throw away whole watermelon rinds. Good God, I am in love again. In love with this mystery and my own atrophied entropy, enigmatizing back and forth between thought and mystic behavior. Damocles in his own labyrinth, the Minotaur solving riddles with the Sphinx. Origin stories, not for the silver lining screen. Passing out one last time, passing on one more time, echoing your voice back to me forever and ever and ever. Float downstream, mummified corpse found on the news. The above ground world will never need to know. And I am fine with that. I cut my losses and they feel even deeper. Goodbye, trees and grass. Goodbye, little me and my lovers and my friends. Hello, other side. Hello, scared traveler, who I stalk in the dark. Goodbye, daylight. Now it is my time to hunt. Now it is my time to haunt. And now I, inside your stories, give you fear and courage. Choose wisely before entering the depths of this catacomb. Thank you. Rating spooky. All right. Now let's give a warm round of applause for Andrew Gonzalez. Gonzo Godzilla Gonzalez.
What's up, folks? Hey, can this thing be turned back to normal?
Yeah, sure. Hold on.
Is that doable?
Yeah, that's easy. That's right.
Ba-dum-bum.
All right.
This is a poem about love and about love poems. Partway through the sonnet now, I am beginning to understand literature differently. The sonnet is a Zen koan awaiting an absurdity, but in Zen koans, absurdities produce awakening. The couplet is a punchline to a joke. We are meant to laugh at Shakespeare, characters that follow bliss into abyss and in the kiss cease to exist, determined not to miss what they would miss had they not been attracted to and attended to this catalyst. But this is not all there is. The reader knows there is a world out there they are forgetting, and watches the tangled passions proceeding to go pull the strings of puppet seams and pour out the cotton that fills leaving. A deflated empty shell to be stuffed with whatever the actors deem enough or rational. The Dharma and the drama heralding from the archetypes to an audience with hearts bent on hype, hope, and tragedy. The morbid sinner's thirst for observing suffering that resonates with their own inner calamities, the reason the Greeks questioned why we produce and enjoy these things. To fill the empty black hole inside, like a brown paper sack in drunken hands convulsing to hide, they are just trying to touch something, anything other than nothing, in this bright white abyss, trying to conjure satiating, to soothe their dark fires burning, never content with one kiss. So dark and empty, yearning to be full, but how do you fill a burning black hole? It has cravings and desires, but black holes don't know. Lust is not for flesh nor water for the thirsty. Hearts and mouths don't seek desires, they yearn for the depth of the burning. We drink and eat and love, but we are starving, for when not full, we long to feast again. Again and again, we may win, but we never cease to want to win. We are whole, but we are empty, pouring rivers of water to feed the fire until the blackness opens up, ignorant the hole in the cup. But to sup and sip upon your lips, I would locate a cork divine and fill up the cup that's mine to overflowing and fill up all around with flooding and drown the dystopian dream to usher in the second coming and mine the mind of God for what she thought she was doing to make caring feel like aching. But you know, if you or I or anyone were doing the planning and directing, this play would be a fucking boring disaster rather than a sublime one. Reflecting mirrors to reflect on in this setting. And if the story makes you sick, we shall tell a story of getting well. And if we don't like the first one, another one we can tell. And fell down mysteries into factories of the soul, and yell the barbaric yelp to nail down a sensation arising in the chest with sound, and kill that within which cannot love, and live by every tale, to sail tween shores of loneliness and solitude, and kick the pail of death to fields of wonder that feel, grass used as mattresses under cold bodies close, the comfort of the closeness, then reel back and forth on my heels, holding and being held. The night passed as I was nodding off into your arms, and waking up to perform my part like Buddhist sand painting mandalas, and revel in the forms the details represent before they are dispersed, all in one night, and went back from whence they came, the presence of that talented organizing of sand grains, like moments is only lent, then sent into the shores, and after thousands of years, mountains evolve from it. So do not wince at art mindfully destroyed, no matter how beautiful, beauty is not property. It may appear in thorns and prick and wilt, or bloom into gardens cultivated by hands and environment. So I ponder on what storms will water what seeds in the fallowed ground and sprout the next experience. What the narrative is arguing toward the meta-narrative, and what the allegory argues against, and what voices and lines are untold or unheard as of yet, and feedback from the audience. And if we get some say in plot, the plots are not conscripted to our thoughts. To choose is not to catch what is eternally uncaught and ungot, but to freely speak into the air words that are dead unfit by the units of time it takes to hit your ears, much less to tread the treacherous, and foster rhyme to let wordplay fondle the divine. Play with the fire that consumes time, lines, yours, mine, to subsume and mime charades, placing hands over invisible outlines. An air of boxes we have confined ourselves into, when the thing about mimes is they can walk through walls anytime and dine as they choose to dine. In the script, there are so many lines, some specifics must be forgot, but the plot can be followed by remembering what river the details were flowing in. Then float on rapids here and now to flow to then, and in the romantic necromancy that's been, look for a light to shine bright in, from the white backdrop in sight of the abyss, and like Shakespeare muster from a pen what is designated sin. The cracks in earthen vessels that, when sneaking through the look on your face looking back, beam something I deem worth looking at. That particular expression dawned an open book I am reading on, so I articulate carefully, nuance to make room for waste. Then when you moan, I'm convinced even dead words are well placed. Thank you.
That line about the mimes walking through, can walk through walls. I don't know, that's not freaky shit. I thought I could write freaky shit. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Let's give him another warm round of applause. Andrew's old school. He's been coming since the beginning of the last poetry thing before this one. Uh-oh. Anyway. Mo, come to the stage. Come on, let's give her a warm welcome. Mo has also been coming since Carry On.
This is from last year. Bifocals will make more sense. Cush. I come to these poetry readings to prick My aliveness like a rubber band snapped against the wrist reminds. I slide into the Papasan chair, which I realize too late will be hard to get out of. Through bifocals, I get pleasure from this room, soaked in youthful vigor, even in the onion. Wild hair perches atop the clothes of rebellion. Languid smoke strolls in from outdoor picnic tables, compressing the room, cigarette and herbal sweet. Heads tilt back in the secret laughter of the high, camaraderie with inclusive sideways glances and exuberant high fives and hugs. You read and chant and recite and improvise, crackling with rhythm. I stand to read, self-reduced, feelings of fluffiness, designated driver poet. Middle-aged and middle class, my soul yearns to make obvious the torture it once most often felt. My angst, now so reduced by the miles I have lived, begs again to bubble up, to be revealed in smothering anguish. But my softly simmering torment cannot help itself. It's simply now more personal and global. I don't want to slip out of the wild strength of threaded knots creativity collectively creates. I yearn for, even require, your strands to weave into my cloth. Yet I know this too, my truth has changed, altered by love and longevity. The furious fire which scorched before is now tamped down by more steadily hot within. Consider this. If every song was sadness and every book memoir, who would listen? Who would read? I know my voice. It cries out just the same as yours. Quieter, I suppose, but no less fervent. Hear my story. Know that I have lived through much of what you now create. It's not bad or wrong to arrive at this place where being heard by others, though so lovely and freeing, for me must no longer be a suitable substitute for being heard the loudest still by me.
Questions of the soul. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Thank you, Mo. And Mo, like Andrew, has been coming to this since before I was running this. And thank you for keeping on coming to this. All of you. Yes. Colin, your time is now. Yes. Get on the stage. It is your destiny. What's good, y'all? Yeah, hello Tuesday. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Free speech, trustworthy electorate, freedom, no NGOs, representation of all groups, qualifications, not everyone gets represented, food surplus, specialization. Someone's notes, I don't know. Nobody's totally random. Barbarians at the gate. U.S. is unstoppable mental apocalypse of taking over the world. Solution, initiate immigration. Challenges, growth of alternative ideologies. Organized civil movements. Anyway, that's pretty cool. I have no idea.
Yeah. All right. This is just heaven. All right. Proselytizing is something else. I was walking on an interstate slab of colonial sadism, scratching the itch in my legs with my thumb and a smile. There you go. 4 rides through the Ozarks, cannonballs piercing the day of orange clouds. I was walking on an interstate shoulder, 75 pounds of supplies, 95 degrees, and the temperature rising. 23 years old. Basketry of my beard rank with exorcism in the material of sweat. I left the interstate for the woods. 2 days, no food, no water. I saw the Buddha sitting huge in oak trees, and for lack of better understanding, suffice it to say, Buddha laughed, gargled, babbling under the laughter in Buddha belly. Why does everybody try so damn hard to understand? Relax. I have inquired into the pieces of the sun digested by the moon that peel away the layers of darkness when moon belly is also full. I have admired the recent undulations of wind that shove the driplets of what water has come up from the river and into each other as clouds become. They have pondered their voluminous ancient faces wincing in the blinding day like grass bowing in the will of a breeze, this nameless ancestral cumulonimbus disintegrating. I have lost count of stars blooming across the cosmos, scattering odors of fire into oblivion. I have come at the eyes, tie-dyeing my feet in raspberry wine. I have slept for 10,000 months, waiting in the milk of raw cane, asleep, yet walking, searching the astral maps for signs of a well or to retrieve some water. How have I done this? I don't know. Save that my cup stays empty and I am rarely thirsty. Occupy the sea of marble ships that have already sunk in the harbor. There are more things, more beautiful things. Some of them don't take us anywhere at all. Et alias. Sum ergo cogito. What is it? Sum ergo cogito. Yeah, that's weird. Did I write that? Out in a mountain hill wood, I met an ancient fern made from wind and rain. Ancient fern in the guise of a person who recently changed her name. I walked for hours in someone else's shoes. A blimp of roses singing in luminescent towers above illusory sidewalk. This is perhaps just opposed to sarcophagus of sorrow and ire, rapacity of starving ghosts. In this last gasp of spring, salty brine on a wind wore into me a subtly sweet sneeze of grass. 20 hummingbirds warbling about the brush between the magnolia and me. I would bury me here. So the pen becomes my shovel and I score up the blank sheets of paper imagination space with a Ferrari of activity until the ink spillage bleeds like floral foliage and I bury the burden of needing to die and needing to live and needing and needing. The external world is like aerosol paint. After the water of existence floods the prism of my eye, which is vortex of empty salvation. And my brain cake is easily baked by image translation therapy. I soak in a bath of inverse ideas on the back porch of my skull. I glimpse my infinitely cathartic vastness, vestibule of my self-astral hiccup. Grassy sidewalk disappears. Glassy portrait of Milky Way dancing in the chocolate emptiness, or whatever predates itself in this fire. Ether. I choose to remain in the rocking chair of my emotions because I am invested in my passion to be a child of freeform blues, which has been called jazz. You can go anywhere, you can go everywhere, and all the while remembering to fill this temple of human flesh with the amber torque of the earth. We can go anywhere. But why was I born here?
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Now it is your turn, Slash. Let's give him some support and some love.
All right. The first one I'm going to start with is the one my girlfriend Chelsea wrote. Another Monday with the sun in my face, sleeping wife of slavery. Catch tears inside the zoo, hanger through my brain, art pours out over our flesh. Glowing, vibrant mirrors of hope, miles of broken glass, shoes that fly, capture the funk bleeders of wisdom unite for the good fight. Demons uncaged, unkept, undead, they live in paper boxes that glow red. This is the end.
All right.
This was mine, mixed with my girlfriend's stuff. Okay, here we go. Come on, everyone. Come on. Everyone has a purpose. So what are you going to do with what you got? Come on, everyone. What is the purpose? The purpose of money, the purpose of living, the purpose of fucking, the purpose of loving. What is and why is the purpose? Another tear shed. What is the purpose of another prayer unheard? Or the purpose of a couple breaking up? Another lover lost their way. What is the purpose of everything changing? Why can't lovers stay the same? Why is the world so insane? Why do we suffer in our own pains? If I could understand the world, I think my brain wouldn't hurt. If I could get true with myself, I wouldn't be so angry. If I could see the purpose of good examples, I could become anything. If I could always be a true lover, I would keep my love. The purpose of conquering these things as a prophet of irresistible thinking, a critic of unmanageable dreams, a soul searcher around by the purpose of the world, separated by the other thoughts, filled but only so full, the mind gravitates to another page. Transform me, give me your heart, to me. This is your purpose, as you lay it softly upon mine, breathing together as one. Located deep in my chest of light, I will guide you home with wisdom of a better life. This could be your purpose, a mirror image of what makes us whole, balancing out the rest of the world of magical crystallized lights and an electrical stimulating body high. A mission that I cannot fail, a mission so big, so full of adventure as I gaze into the perfect sunset. And that's why we inspire ourselves to be the next best thing. Life is your obstacle and your purpose. If you learn to, man, I didn't know my writing would make me cry. Learn to accomplish it, you will become anything. Walk the straight path to become whoever you're going to be. Take pride in why you became you. There is a reason why we are here. Nothing to find here. Now find your purpose and hold on to it. When the power of love supersedes the love of power, we will then know peace. And our purpose throughout history and throughout time will then be balanced when each of us knows love.
Let's give it up for Slap. Oh, man. Heartfelt. You know, sometimes I think poetry is the ultimate medicine. The absolute ultimate medicine. And you know, it takes a lot of courage to come up on stage and to read something that moves you to tears. And I very much respect that. And I know everyone in the audience does as well.
Yeah.
And thank you. Anyway, Play-Doh, I summon you. Enter through the poetry slot. Yes. It's your first time, you know. All of you should learn by example. Give that.
Thank you. Before I even start, I just want to shout out all of y'all that came and everybody that's graced this stage tonight and last week. Last week was the first time I came out here, and I hadn't written poetry in years. I've been writing lots of songs, but I saw the amazing talent that you all are bringing to this and the supportive, calm, loving, nurturing vibe that y'all are creating here. And it inspired me to write my first poem in years. Yeah. I'm not going to do that poem tonight, though, because I want to polish it. I'm going to do it next. First off, I'm going to get rid of some of my old poems where I left off. I remember as a young man, I was maybe knee-high, about this tall. And my first job, my first way of getting allowance money was to water our crops of marijuana. I grew up around a lot of ganja, y'all. I remember I used to live way out in the woods. I grew up with this pack of wolves. It was surreal because, like, I remember singing, like, John Lennon songs in my kitchen, like this outlaw hippie fairy tale. Well, that story, it didn't end happily ever after right away. For whatever reason, I guess it needed more chapters. You see, I come home from school one day and I see red all over the floor. You touch it, discover it's blood. Realize it's my dad dead. He's been murdered. He's been killed. We're like, what the fuck? What happened to the outlaw fairy tale? My mom, she can't handle this. She was mentally ill and gets addicted to drugs, and then I become adopted and then unwanted by this stepdad, and then somehow I was kidnapped and taken back and abandoned at this trailer shack, raised by this new lady that was supposed to be my grandma. That's what I'm told, right? And we were dirt poor, perpetually searching for hope, a home, and happiness. But every morning her disappointment became anger pointed at me. Y'all, I'd be trying to eat my breakfast and she'd be like, you're fucking dumb, stupid, ugly. I was like, damn, I just want to eat my breakfast and go to school. But you know what? I survived my childhood. I realized that I must be lucky. And even though my family was flawed, I know that they must love me. And I know that I'm not alone, because many of you who hear my poem and many, many, many more who won't have lived lives way harder than mine. See, we are the lost children, and I'm just one of millions. So yeah, we've walked down those unroad roads with bumps, dead ends, and potholes. Yes, there are scars our soul, but when we allow ourselves to heal, they glow like rainbows after a storm. So please listen to me. Remember when you were teased in the 8th grade. Remember when you lived where it wasn't safe to play. Remember the sound of escape when you'd scrape your plate, hungry since all you ate was a can of chili split 3 ways. Remember all that liquor your dad would drink. Remember his face of hate, those beatings he would take. Remember when your mom got AIDS. Remember when your parents separated. Remember being a ward of a state, a kid whose name was just a number to a case. Remember when you were raped. See, we are the children whose memories paint pictures of pain. I don't want to stay on that refrain. I want to keep it moving on because I believe that we are the children who will break those chains and learn from our parents' mistakes and love our parents and love each other and love the world and love ourselves. Most importantly, boys and girls, because the heart is a muscle that loves to struggle. The wisdom we've earned, the lessons we've learned. I mean, we graduated from the school of hard knocks. So in turn we talk, teach, play, preach to each child that we can reach, because only when it's dark do you get to see the stars. And only when it's dark does a new day start. So whenever each and every one of your life feels dark, just keep some light and love in your heart. A new day is coming. A new chapter. I can go now. 4 minutes. I got like a 3 minute. Okay. Yeah.
Hard hitting.
So I was a little bit older now and curious person. So I asked this reverend, I'm like, yo, reverend, what is this heaven concept? Now the reverend, he's like, heaven's like a cloud in the sky. Okay. And I learned some science, and science says clouds are molecules. And now I'm confused, like, well, then is heaven a lie? And if so, why sit in a church in a position that hurts and listen to stories absurd? Because as a young man, I was like, nah, I'm not going to have that. I'd rather go hang with the savages. My habitat, Babylon's labyrinth. Imagine I'm living so lavish, established, and smoking that cabbage. I was always trying to get high like a cloud in the sky. But I was pretending. Afraid of time's end and see it was a quicksand hourglass. The good times go fast, and in the past I was attached. I thought I had to make it last. So my highs were high, but my lows were low, and the manic depression would just come and then go. And I knew there was more, so I choose to explore. I hit the open road with my broken toes, put my sole of the feet in the dirt, and I walked with the salt of the earth. And in all of my travels, I have observed we feel similar things, but we use different words. I guess it's just the curse of this Babel. It makes fanaticals battle over the intangible, but that cloud is not graspable. See, science is factual, actual, literal. Religion is ritual, mystical. Now, myth is that map to find where you're at upon your life path. So where you stumble, there lies your treasure, and you need that struggle to enjoy true pleasure. At this day and age, I say I have acceptance of both more than science can measure. Since the essence of heaven is a poetic expression, I mean, I respect that, Reverend, but yo, that cloud is my brain, and I am a big bang explosion. I walked out the ocean. We are web-footed mammals, like camels passing through the eye of the needle with the purpose to have service for people. So I am a man like a lamb who holds eternity in the grain of a sand with my palm of the hand. And my truth is, like a Buddhist, I look within my mind to find the space and my mind to find the divine design. My face and spine is like space and time, and from time to time I do ride cloud 9. So this is my heaven. It's laughing with my lady, watching my little baby learn how to crawl, playing soccer ball with my daughter. It's the call from my mom. It's writing this song, giving my life to a cause, doing the right thing when it's easy to be wrong. It's the feeling incredible of eating that vegetable I grew from the seed, being a lover of shade but not a hater of heat. Mother Nature connected, perspective complete. My spirit alive in this, my lyrics describing this, translated enlightenment. So that cloud is a mirror, and heaven, I hope you can find it. Thank you.
Wow.
I hate to do this little pitch because I'm not really a capitalist, but I do have a CD out if y'all are interested. $10, thank you. Please don't join us.
Seriously, you should get this guy's CD. You know, I mean, awesome. That was.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah! That's what that was. That was a fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
And a whole lot more, too. Anyway, now it is Will's time.
Ooh, Jesus Christ! How am I gonna follow? That's tough to follow.
You know what? You're amazing.
Do it.
So
You're
here we
amazing.
go. So this is the first poem that I ever really wrote, ever. I mean, like, I was 12 and I got this book published in a poem. It's called Timeless Voices. And yeah, I figured I would just read it. I wanted to read it the first time I came up, but anyway, I'll quit burning time. This poem is called Let Go. Let go of who you are, for who you are For you are now nothing. A nothing spread into the vast reaches of the ocean, and while you weep, no one waits. No one waits for you to stop your weeping, to be the man. Let go of your joy and the things you did to bring joy to you. They are over. They were lost in the abyss of broken hearts and lost in the broken dreams of tomorrow. But what will tomorrow bring? No point in going on if shallow heartbreak are to occur. But what if it didn't? What if life was instantly fixed, all your problems go away? No, that is just a faded dream, a dream so faded it's impossible to see. So just let go. And now, chronologically, this poem was written February of this year. Yeah. There was a little drawing of a pentacle with that's going through a heart. So cool. Anyway, every day I question what is real. Every day I question what I feel. I haven't got an answer yet. I'm feeling pretty over it, but we're all just dead people who haven't really died yet. People move their lips and don't say a single thing. I don't know what to say to this, but for some reason I want to buy you a ring. It's a silly thing, I know, but like the Clash once said, should I stay or should I go? I mean, I'll stay. If you hate me, it's to keep your name in my brain. I'm either insane or the only sane one here, but before I conquer the world, I need to conquer my own fear. So I'm gonna smoke a bowl and walk to Walmart, but in my head, I'm driving a pimp golf cart.
I guess in a sense, this is a cute little writing prompt from my roommate from a few weeks ago.
There's no difference between a jail and a dorm. The same form of norm perpetuated by those that want you to conform. Conformity is not about what we wear. 30 nonconformists could be sitting in a room in the exact same clothes, and we are all attuned because everyone knows that clothes don't make you who you are. Who you are is incredibly unique unless you choose to just be a sheep, asleep, bleat, and weep about your stupid fucking problems. Light a blunt and solve them. People want all the answers and nobody's fucking got them. It's a problem. I'll see, look, I lost my place anyway. Because the answer is inside, but the conformity pulls you away from looking inside your mind. It might just help to access the wealth of knowledge you accrued in a past life where you've subdued demons larger than one can possibly imagine. Tomorrow is a new day, and trying to imagine what will happen is a terrible waste of brain space. Your brains race, but don't even slow that shit down. Keep your feet on the ground and your head in the sky. Smile wide deep inside. Love the vibe that you create. Contribute to positivity and down with the fucking hate.
All right. Here we go. And this I wrote this morning after some herbal help.
Writing, flowing, going, my writer's block has been on full tilt. Old flowers wilt while the new ones grow bright with seeds sown right. The fight lessens daily. No more daily mail of daily fail. The blessed herb cures what ails. And in loving company and wagging tails, my life is nothing but love and illumination shining through the darkness surrounding all of this evil which I am surmounting. It is astounding that I can even come up here and speak my own truth. So roll me up a blunt and give me a seat in the booth, because I could go all fucking day. I don't even play. I half-ass nothing. Full ass is the only thing you will see coming from me. Some see me, I guess most don't. Will or you won't, I've had little to do with that. I can only do my best to be myself at all times, keep loving myself, and keep writing my rhymes. This is a wonderful release of energy, realization to make a better me emerge like a weekly phoenix. Haters, get your Kleenex, because you can't bring me down with your little fucking peanuts. The deepness is unfathomable. I will try and make my truth palatable and valuable when the darkness beneath bears its teeth, always and forever. Just breathe. All right. I hope I have enough time for all this. This is my last one. What do we got?
Oh, you got 3 minutes. You're actually perfect on time.
One day. Oh, and this is the first poem I've ever written that didn't rhyme.
So I think I snuck a few in there. One day, there was man. I mean, there were a few more, but we'll just say a few thousand for sake of argument. But this focuses on the individual. There were many things that confused man and that were unknown to him. Unseen forces did many things, from growing the plants of his realm to many darker things. The force that took the light from his mother's eyes, sick in her bed, that took his sister trampled in the field. One day they were, and the next they were not. Where did they go? Are they gone forever, or does the light in their eyes continue to exist in a realm unseen by man? The one thing that to this day still is man's constant fear is the unknown. So man created the concept of the gods that took and gave and created a circle of life and death, and the common denominator of all religion is that your soul goes somewhere. Apparently that wasn't complicated enough for some fucking people, so man created the concept that if you don't follow the gods and the rules set forth, your soul will spend eternity somewhere bad or with elements undesired. Man's struggle was also for power. So a statue that was originally erected by a sacred man that wanted to explain why floods happened and why unseen forces take his friends and family is now the biggest pulpit for propaganda and hate. I mean, its size is just unimaginable, and the shit is fucking nuts, but I try and be passive to the whole thing. It makes a lot of people happy. On the individual level, there are a lot of Christians that are just happy living their little lifestyle, talking about how they hate gay people, make hamburger helper, and only fuck facing each other. So I don't really hate all that, really. One thing I find funny is if you put 200 to 300 Christians in a church, as they normally do, whichever day they chose, but remove the pastor, preacher man, or whatever, and these people, these individuals actually sit down and talk about individual ideas, you would witness the hugest clusterfuck of what each person absorbed from their pulpit. There are extremists in everything, from believe my God or fuck off to veganism, and that's the fucking sickness in religion. The people who use Christianity as or any religion as a service that you pay for that makes you feel more self-righteous. It carries on. The evil that claims to be good continues to grow in power, just taking in money and shitting out dogma. And I join the circle of people watching the sheep bow to this statue, some angry, some laughing hysterically. I merely grin on the outside, but to see all of this hate fed by anyone makes me really fucking sad. So I sit down cross-legged and worship the earth that made me. Boom! Thank you guys very much.
I love it when that happens. I love it when all of this happens. This is the best day of the week. Fuck Friday. It's all about Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday, Friday.
Anyway, we have a newcomer. We've had a couple. Plato is also a newcomer. I should have said something about that, but I didn't. Anyway, come on up to the stage, Katie. Let's give Katie a warm welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello.
Hello.
I guess the standard model for getting in front of a microphone is to ask how everybody's doing. How you guys doing?
Great.
All right, so how do you guys like to see a magic trick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
Da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun, da-da-da-dun. This is poetry, so I actually choose to do a poem.
Oh, cool.
I normally do magic on stage, that's why.
Oh, you
Alright.
can magic in poetry on stage.
I love the
That's
part.
fucking awesome. I'm all about that.
I like the parts back there, but so yeah, I've been going through a lot of very interesting things lately. So much so that poetry has actually stopped because the written flow doesn't seem to exist. And the only flow that I seem to know is that which I speak as I live, which I then call the life poem. So the life poem, what it is, it's simple and it's true and it's beautiful and it has to do with everyone. It has to do with me, it has to do with all of you. And it's the interconnectivity that exists, the breathing into each moment and the finding that which you searched all over the country for, as some other poets have spoken about. but you actually know that it does exist. You actually know that it is true, and you actually know that it's in every single color, and it's in the floor, it's in the sky, it's in the world and the ocean that is blue, and it is in everything. So I thought maybe you guys could help me write a life poem tonight. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
So I did actually attempt to write tonight. I have a lot of stuff, but I was like, this doesn't even slightly reach the emphasis of the life that I've been living lately. So all that stuff in my journals, I'm not. So you guys want to toss like a couple words for me, maybe? Possibly a little bit here and there, maybe.
Dexterous.
What's that?
Dexterous.
Dexterous.
Yes.
Collaborate.
Collaborate.
Clarity.
Clarity. And what was that? Voice.
Moist.
Boys. Light. Pendulum.
Pendulum. All right. You guys think that's good? Do you think we should do one more?
Oh, Paragon.
Paragon?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not taking any more from you.
Or
Come here.
Hedron.
vegan.
No, wait, you just said hedron? That was in the last one I did. Somebody yelled out hedron. No way. Weird.
Pork.
All right, pork. We're not doing hedron. Pork. I do no shame. I did a life poem for no shame because I showed up with nothing to do again. But anyway, how was the time, Senor?
Let's see.
I'm assuming it's beautiful because in life poem everything is.
We got 5
Is it
minutes.
not?
But
And we have 5 minutes,
I
ladies and
tell you
gentlemen.
what. I tell you what. Since you took all that time to write the poem, I'll give you,
No, you don't need
one
to.
more minute. There you go. Now you get 6 minutes.
We don't need the extra minute. We'll work with that. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, anybody want to tell us how the first line? We're not starting with that. The first line must be just fine, and the hedron I've already declined. So therefore, somebody tell us how the first line.
I went to the store.
All right. All right. I went to the store, and upon that shelf, in which normally I would have placed my own self, to keep away from that which I was searching for, since the fact of the matter is that I just don't remember how to score. And I search across these lands, and I search across this place, and I search for that which I don't understand. Dexterous, is it a race? I don't know if I know that word. I don't know if I speak it right. I don't know where to go, so I guess I'll just venture off into the night. And off I go into these lands, and where I go I do not know. But it is upon my hand that I write a simple quote. And that quote, I speak it loud, I speak it true, and I speak it bright, and I speak it to every hue. And every hue seems to collaborate, and every hue, that was one of the words, by the way, every hue seems to produce that which I know very few about. Very little, very tiny, very few things to be known about that which is clarity, that which I need to see, that which I know not much about, as I've just stated, but it's so true, and I hate it. I seek the clarity, I seek the balance, and through the voice, I seek that which I prefer to keep as not a choice, but as that which is true. Voice was a word, by the way. As that which is true, as that what as that which is true, as that which is moist. Oh, moist, familiar, ladies and gentlemen. Moist. And moist. That is my choice. Or it used to be. Or I used to see it as that which I wanted it to be, but now I see the trees, now I see the seas, now I see the oceans, and I see the birds, I see the bees, and I see also a fight in the distance, and on the bridge they seem to just be kids, but they run and they scream, and it's crazy to me that in this beautiful world, which seems to be that which is my dream, some kids get stabbed, and I'm like, yo, bro, come over here. Anyway, I was gonna flow with that, but I guess we'll just move on to the next word, which rhymes with fight, which is where that came from in the first place. And so I stopped looking over there and I turned towards the light. And then I moved to the stones and I stack them upon the bones of which seem to be my past as I stare at the water moving fast right by me, sort of in the motion of a pendulum. And I seem to swing back and forth between happy and sad. And I seem to be glad that I just sing. I'm gonna fit in pork. That's what she said. So then we move. All right, here we go. So here I am at the water, and here I am at the, all right. Paradise found, and I live unbound in the somehow world of Eugene. And I know not where I will go next, but I know what it is that I've seen. And this future is gorgeous, and my present is here. And in the past, I seem to be stuck. And here I keep going, in circles I go. And I'm like, holy ducks keep flying. And they go here and there. But I just don't care. Because my eyes are on the pork on the ground. And the heron up in the air. So the heron goes by and the osprey doth fly, and my eyes keep on staying here. And it is so beautiful that it is my own life's goal to just breathe right here. Anybody want to toss in the last one? Last word? No, wait, I'm not doing that again.
Scaffolding.
Scaffolding. Anybody want to toss in another one? Digging scaffolding?
Everybody's trying to stubborn. As they are.
Coffin scaffolding.
I'm having fun.
Too late.
Too late. Just joking.
That was very creative. Very interesting. I hope you come back next week too. Anyway, we have yet another new person. Oh yeah, let's give another round of applause for Katie. That was really interesting. And I hope your hands aren't sore yet, because we got a new person. Let's give some love to Darius. There you go.
My soul's crushed. I feel brushed off. Thought we were in this together. With that being said, what led to this? The times being inhaled, yelled automatically, shows out of the blue. I meant every word. Did not that's hurtful. I did not want to force this emotion into place. Why so long face, you say? Based on what I saw, you have no fault in it. My world is spit on. Eventually, gone from elation to friend zone. Ended all with my diff. My stillness, you shaky. Why is this somewhere refused? I am so confused. You don't love me, or do you? To thrust our trustworthiness, you won't hurt me like rock bottom. This result is a voltage. We were ignited once. Not very big if you look where I'm at. For closure, it's unfortunately, you said you have rejection towards me. That's the ejection on my part. Now that you mentioned it, I cannot believe you actually said that. Behalf of dead. I laid back, hyperventilating, gushing out all the hyperactiveness I could comprehend. Devoting all the way. Is this adequate enough for you? All the stuff you mismatched. Rarely enjoying this toying with me. And I shoulda, woulda, coulda. But there's no good anymore.
Let's give another round of applause to Darius. All right. We have yet another newcomer. Come on up to this. Who is it?
Who's that?
Why, it's Bridget.
Bridget.
Whose girlfriend is that?
That's my girlfriend.
That's your girlfriend.
Yes.
Oh. Are you
No,
good?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay, this poem is called Snooty. To people who hold their heads up high and think they are the best. To people who say that I'm better than you. To people who think that that's really true. To these people, I have to say that you are pathetic in every way. That your mind reeks with egotistical shame. That your mouth leaks out petty lies. Also that you may hide behind your flimsy so-called perfect lives. Of degrees you haven't gotten, and of husbands who have forgotten, of wives who have better things to do than to spend any time with you. Of a family ripped apart by greed, of a daughter who always leaves, of a son who never speaks to you, for he truly thinks, what good would it do? Of a grandmother or grandfather who never visit, for they truly think you're not exquisite, and finally got tired of your petty lives and all the masks you hide behind. So don't you judge me up to you. There are things you do that I don't do. And sure, I'll have my own lies that I'm sure that I won't hide behind, for I'd rather live up to my shame than to be so petty as to never claim what it is that I've done wrong, and to wear a pretty, smiling mask. So I truly think I'm better than you. That's just not something I would do.
Yeah, don't any of you guys ever do that either. No, that was wonderful. This is wonderful. But you see, we only have 4 poets left. I know. One of which is Belle. Come on up to the stage. Yes. Hello.
So, the night before last, I had a dream. And in my dream, there was a yellow jacket. And for some reason, I kept trying to kill the yellow jacket. And I had this wet rag, and I kept sort of like flipping the wet rag at the yellow jacket. And every time I did, the head of this yellow jacket would come off of its body. And I thought it would die. And every time I flipped it with this wet rag, the body of the yellow jacket would crawl over to its head and grab the head and stick it back on its body. Over and over again. It just had this will to live that would not go away. And in this dream that I had the other night, after that kept happening, there were some words. In my dream, I wrote words. Do you guys ever write in your dreams? Does this ever happen? You guys are poets. Does this happen to you guys?
Yes.
Sometimes? Well, anyway, sometimes it happens to me, and usually I don't remember when I wake up what the words were, but this time I did remember exactly what the words were. Do you want to know what those words were?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. What if all this love has already been expressed? What if everything around you and everything that is inside you as well is an ongoing, moving, living, breathing expression of this love? I'm going to read a poem that I wrote last year. I wrote this right after I dropped out. I haven't had a real job in like over 2 years. It's great. Y'all should try it. So this is like freshly dropped out passion right here. It's called Don't Look Down. Don't look down. You live in a town where women suck one dick for protection against all the other dicks. Walking, flailing, rolling shoulders, fireballs rushing through underfed bird marrow. Eye sockets full of look away, look everywhere, push everything out to make room for a rock, because drugs get cheaper and more risky.
The lower you descend on the economic ladder, more expensive and less risky the higher up you go. Either way, everyone's addicted. Upwardly mobile only means able to pursue the more expensive, less risky drugs, like crunchy e-web bills every month, like flippity credit cards, the security of knowing your shit won't get stolen, a phone, the hit of a useless education, then up and up the echelon of having your own car, owning a home, along with the knowledge that a policeman won't come by and tear it all down around you as you sleep to the lullaby of traffic in early morning, dependable income, doing something you don't hate to buy belonging, but this damned country is a modern-day Atlantis floating on the backs of people working shit jobs just to get by. Stay down there. Or we won't be able to stand on your head to get to the next one. And yes, I would like fries with that, you burnout, failure, dropout motherfucker. And this ocean, lest we forget, is an ocean. And the ocean always takes back what is hers. First our souls, then our minds, our hearts, our wills. And with these things, the land once more, which should never have been punctured with price tags, populated with laundromats, forced to watch conspiracy crystals fed to the allocats. But what is concrete to tree roots, really? What is a tower built on a no longer willing foundation? Shit out of luck. Too bad, mechanical money whore vampire nation. I'd rather have a family, a farm, a love, a piece of land, a song, a campfire, a few earthly pleasures such as a small vest collection, mate, chocolate, perhaps a well-equipped kitchen to cook large meals in, a shovel in the dirt, a kiss in whatever weather. I want heaven on earth, but I don't want it right fucking now, man. And if heaven is a temporary feel-good fix, then I don't want it fucking ever. I want the kind that's a solution, the kind that grows and comes again at the right time like revolution, the kind that sprouts leaves and is picked red and ripe in the fall, the kind that milks the goats at dawn singing, the kind that brings it all together, the kind where children grow up knowing where a vegetable comes from. Boots stomping, bringing in buckets of berries, saying, "Mommy, what's a job?" And today I saw 3 fairies.
No, you have more than a second. You have like 2 minutes.
In that case, I will read homework. This is called Flicker. I wrote this when I was in Oakland just now.
Yeah.
Flicker. So many people suffer from flickering faith. Compacted colon contents, a rock within a wraith. Going back up the tubular snail shell of beginning, we re-enter the womb to die. There is music there you can only half take with you when you're called down to yet another golden body. Pray you choose a good one. Excellent parents are few and far between. Memories from childhood, the plate was blue, your mother's hands, the truck was green. When you're on the side of the road with a pack on, the most alive you've ever been at 18. You chew bread for days and hoof it, vowing never to be unhappy just because everybody else is. You try to reinsert the shard of yourself into the cracked crystal sky. You run away from everything. You run toward everything. You breathe car exhaust like air through the hair of a lover. Doorways arch their backs and recede, mirage-like before you. There are red-tailed compatriots who stuff your pockets with opium seeds and tell you to go start a family, have a good life. They walk away screaming and laughing, and you don't understand. Arid creatures take bleeding bites out of your faith in the orange desert sun. You walk through hourglasses. You locate the nearest soup kitchens and dine with the masses. You get real beat, nice and beat and tired. Time passes. You learn to watch for signs, what signs to watch for. You string yourself along like a bead. You walk through college towns, passing living rooms full of televisions. Your faith flickers like static, flickers like a microwave oven. Life on the road stops being fun. Your knees hurt. You kick a can and curse America. Bitterness blows a cool wind on your faith. It flickers. You purchase a bottle of liquid and share it with whatever bearded company you can find. You begin to lose hope. The orange rots in the rind. Just no good reason. Lack of proof. What's the point? Apathy and shame, cold and hard without a roof. The meth addicts try to sell you newspapers on dog-eared corners of Chinatown, snot running all down their faces. You go to steal an apple because you need to stay alive for some reason you've forgotten, and a bum holds up a rose he's made with trash. This is my contribution to society, he says. Eyes begging you to buy it from him, eyes begging you for a cigarette, eyes rimmed with red. There are all kinds of wars going on overseas, and you don't understand any of them. You start to hate feeling because all you ever feel is miserable. The calluses on your feet drop off en route from Napa Valley to Sedona, Arizona. The Indian blankets are beautiful colors. A man gives you hallucinogenic cactus and you see things you've never seen before, things you can't explain or describe. You wander into accordion shops, asking for directions to Greyhound stations, asking for answers. You've forgotten what you look like. Your shit gets stolen and it's impossible for you to get a new ID. Food gets replaced by cigarettes and coffee. You read books you find in free piles. The woman of your dreams is far away, sipping wine with some rich motherfucker in a yellow silk dress. She's popping truffles into her flower mouth and smiling and not thinking of you. Loneliness comes and boa constricts the wick of your faith. It flickers. There's nowhere you can go where you can yell as loud as you want to. Starbucks cups spill over metal trash cans and bump up against each other on the concrete. Dribbles of soy and caramel sauce, precious rancid calories clinging to black plastic. You get lucky, and someone hands you a $5 bill. You wander shaking and starving into a cafe where the gray bus tubs are full of half-eaten pastrami sandwiches and water glasses filled with ice. The upper classes stare at you, then glance away. Whole eggs jiggle on hot sauce plates, discarded, incubating in slops of tepid cappuccino. You watch a middle-aged woman on her cell phone dump a barely touched garden salad into the trash. It happens in slow motion. You can't remember the last time you ate green things. You get a coffee and a day-old scone, and that leaves just enough for bus fare. This time, they did not exercise their right to refuse you service, so you give them your money and get the hell out of there. You piss in bushes. Every time you see a yuppie in a pink tracksuit walking a little dog, you think of barbecuing it. The Dow Jones goes up, NASDAQ goes down. None of it matters. Spaceships take off, and some of them actually make it to their destinations. The progression of scientific research and intergalactic exploration expansion is more important to the government than your stomach. You feel sick. You feel stuck. Higher on the ladder, impossible to go. Also, unhappiness up there. Lower on the ladder, possible. Could keep company with rocks. Haven't hit the bottom quite yet. Unhappiness there too. You just want your basic needs to be met. Just that would be enough. You remember enjoying writing in high school. You're not creatively inspired because all you ever focus on is surviving. For a while, your faith, the candle flame of your faith, goes out. You sleep in the hollow of a tree above a gas station for a week. You don't believe in God. You don't believe in much. You don't believe you've been able to find any good reasons for living. You're 23 now. Your parents don't love you. Your parents never loved you. A spider crawls across your neck, and you hope an asteroid comes down and lands as close to you as possible. There is a peacefulness in giving up. Your body floats in a donated sleeping bag. A stick pokes you in the lower back, but you don't move or care. You get so dehydrated, your lips crack and bleed. Paralysis. Behind someone's eyelids is a long, blank stare. On the 7th day, church bells. You open your eyes. Some force moves your body to get up. You stumble, lipless and pale, into a donut shop. There's a bony man with long blonde hair writing in a journal. You ask him with whatever voice you have left what he's living for. He says nothing and only points to the saxophone beside him.
Sorry. How much?
Very this much.
Not much. Cause I hate to break your balls, but you did go over like a long way.
I didn't realize, I'm sorry.
But on the bright side, it is a slow night. But you know, I just don't want to seem like It's all right. Hey, it's universally agreed. Finish your poem. But just thought I'd note that.
Sorry.
You're good.
He says nothing and only points to the saxophone beside him. You put your head on the table. You have no musical talent. When you look up, the sax player is gone. You don't know how much time has passed. You're hungrier and thirstier than you've ever been. On the table in front of you are a few pieces of torn out notebook paper and a black ballpoint pen.
All right. All right. Yeah, thank you. That was amazing. You know, and I really don't like having to pull people either. I love all of you guys that come out and are brave enough, for one thing, to come on stage. You know, and it's just, you know, it's a slower night. You know, I figure make a few exceptions. You know, whatever. How's that sound? Sounds good. Yeah. And now it also sounds like it's Josh's time. So let's give a warm round of applause to Josh.
You guys impressed me. Yeah, really. I mean, remembering your poetry off the top of your head. Wow. Yeah. See, glasses. See, I got to go to the new paper, also known as the notebook. I have 4 of them tonight. I'll start off with one which you guys, it brings me back to this. Where is that down here? It says, everyone is wounded. Everyone is wounded. Even as a child, summer bundling into autumn, then winter, the beauty of all things stolen by the cruelty of time, the drug of wanting, an insatiable dance of desire, and the inevitable disappointment of a finite world that does not pay respect to the conceit of infinite perfection. All tastes, all journeys, all loves, falling short of the dream that wounds us all from the moment of waking. I have a nice one. This is a poem I wrote back in my hippie days. It's called Lesson for the Day, A Jar of Honey. Stuck closed, unopened. I grab the lid and twist. I take a deep breath and grab the lid and twist. No, I take the lid in my hand, plant my feet apart, take a full, deep breath, and twist. Still nothing. I heat the lid under running water, then molest it with towels. No go. Perplexed, I wander into the living room and give it another twist, and another. You or me, babe. Again and again and again, the untapped rock-tight lid and I exchange unmoving passion in isometric grappling. Again and again. Like all spells, it must break. And it does. A small, sliding, subtle, like a turn of phrase. Then the lid is off, and the spoon is in the honey and the chamomile tea. Perseverance furthers. I dug this one up. You'll like this one, I hope. It's called Life's Lies. Hello and welcome. I only want the best for you. I understand. You don't understand. Trust me. This won't hurt a bit. I'm only telling you this once. Your vote counts. Violence never solved anything. I did not do it. None of us did. The lights in the sky are stars. Jesus loves you. And so do I. Really. And to finish off, I'll do a little rule breaking here because somebody else read something from their sister. This is one that my mother wrote. God bless her. May she rest in peace.
It still counts as original.
Okay, it's called I Drank a Bug. I drank a bug. It was mixed up in the ice. It was just a little bug, but it wasn't all that nice. It was either drink the bug or throw away the drink. And if your thoughts are like my thoughts, then you think like I think. So if this happens to you and he's floating in your mug, be a man and swallow him. It's harder on the bug.
Yeah. Thank you, Josh. Yes. Oh, man. We have made it to the penultimate poet.
Penultimate!
Otherwise known tonight as Stephen.
Right.
Stephen!
Howdy.
Give him hell, buddy.
All right, this is one I wrote this morning.
Yeah. Oh.
A positive lobotomy flossed clean with philosophy, barred from a text that wrecked instability instantly. But let's be fair, I'm a squid and not a bear. Strength is not my strength because I chill in water and clean air. And the opposition I'm winning through deep current, slow swimming. In this pariah position, I proposition kinds of learning. There's a lot to know, but even more to overthrow. And I learned to build my boat if Noah's second coming goes. And it rained for 40 days and 2 years. Past a winter and a summer, both filled up with fear. But the tunnel's end was near, I could feel it in the air. The train whistle defeated me because my mouth is near my ear. Swimming and grinning, lubricated slides slipping, in and out of minds and hands I go anywhere because I'm willing. It's all the same if I find my good center, and all the brains agree, providing I'm not on a bender. So that shit had to stop. No more smoking so much pop. It might be good for you, but for me, I wish I listened to my pops. In my youth, clued in from silly psilocybin men, no one took it seriously, and thus the end began. But now all my planes flew up, and I got my sights on the top. Of skate madness and no sadness, sandy bottoms in my trunk, better people up in front, riding shotgun with the sun, akin to Helios and Moses, I wrote, lonely homies come. So we can all share a hug, and we don't even need drugs. You can consume what you want because your lungs are young. And yes, they are so if you love it, I'm not hating. I'm just stating it was a place that claimed my brain and plugged with hazing. 6 days down the barrel, standing over a dead herald of good news that I took down because I is chew. Hearing anything I don't want, this life is too short to rot, and purgatory fisher feeling wishes, but nothing, I do a lot. Ned flicks and dead chicks passed out on the couch, pillow sticks with dried saliva leaking out of their mouth. Homie stumbled in the room with his dick hanging out,
but we all shared a laugh because I guess that's what youth's about.
All right. Thank you, Stephen. Okay, drum roll, please. It is now time for the final poet. And it's Jacob!
I think I should do that every week.
Declared mental flexibility major. Aptonactic cancer of the Cresswell, they told me. Crassicular mesocolodryptamine mecahydromorphic hydrothoth made from mustard eroded. Flesh mites that triple in hide size to manchineel Neil kiltered off cambered. Traced palms crossing lines mattered. Quanux dodexdilhestron mentor meteor party in the foyer. Not massaged, correct lingo, crotomox meal, mistotrotic, volemic hydro, lack of hydro, more thirsty 529s. Morsed, Froder, fresh, she drash, Welsh, Soren, pull mouth out 4 windows, moods move. More chastised, but not external pressure, more cage, expansion, heart chakra, Brenhethan, more aware, open to the potential, Freya, he's free, too free, frozen, free of health, too free, health, follow me, health, not starve, me, rea, lelp, open, heck, I'd help a broken, more, can you go home? I was perfectly, you will like it. And this is all ripped up inside, and I have been there all day, so no, tell them it's good, I hope it's okay, because I was not at home twice in one day. Before and nothing I can GL told you to buy them, nor not it was going to the guys, so it goes to the south, if you with a gun, but to come to find out, it was inside more of the girl, and the girl I know, it's either why trucking under the blood of mistaken identity. It was officer of duty, SYI, outfit, I don't know, they messed up, and he really embarrassed, right, okay, I told you to buy them, it's not, it was going to the guy, to go to the south if you want a gun, but come to find out if it was inside more of the girl, and the girl I know. It's either why trucking under the blood of the mistaken identity. It was the officer of duty. SYI, outfit. I don't know, they messed up. And he's really embarrassed right now, okay? The court fingers really wanted a relationship. It's the only thing that would have to go back. You got lucky. She's like family. You know, maybe someone else, if you want to go, I'm going. I'm the guy today. It was half so fun. Are you horny? Half ounce for 100. It's fine, okay. So that you could run back right now and then run back over if you come over. But actually, no. I want to be over the son. I'm just cause you has a girl and she's your girl and she wants to go hang out with guys. Whatever happens when she gets back home, she'll mentally, physically, spiritually. She's going through a lot right now. She's okay. Very open, accepting, very, very accepting. Patience is friendly. Let her open to you. Don't pry. Just coax. 99.30. Okay, that's nice. Okay, I just don't like leaving my tent all day. I found another mattress. I'll see you in a bit. Taking your car. What's he doing? Always a hit. Into the whoa. I cool down here. Cowed cakes. While since you clean, it's no good. Though cork in there. Mark, good idea. Auspicious sling, shin. How? Wow, right on. Now she's there, dude. I know she's always there. Perverse. We rotten, I'll raise, I'll raise, all right in your head, always right there. At hum blah blah blah. Cat cough groaned from that juice. Thank you, me a dozen cents like she was asked again. In river washing meditation makes me want to go home and go to bed. Pervy jock river creeper gonna nut downstream no matter what she says. I want that swimming guard tower. It was really wanna had to. Okay, we can do that. It's long and awkward, not that heavy twice. She came to a party. I guess it's got glass on it by the camp. Oh, we didn't see. That's the morning. Okay, we'll go check that out. Shh. Slowed back to last week, mental stretcher, biofeeder, metal retcher, life hole stealer, getting whole junko. The shower is so tempting, yeah, we'll hope get harble. Some nice shit fucking dresser from my hand to the wall. For free awesome fuck, it was awesome. Run around town, 80 mil in gas money, chug gusher rupture, growth in chest as relax as learning that the contracts was direct from being attached. Never love on your think, only love frontal, and spirits half enjoyed holler in 420, letting her know you're there, and God, it made you want to put your son of a bitch, pull that out, chilly, out of the morning different. What the heck, working? Off the Y again. Man, I was party central, all free, man, free, folks. Wagon, your color. It's not good. It's dead though. Whoa. WWW. Anything but talking to the butt in those homes, talking to those holes. Okay, talking, little hoe. How do you think I know something? I think my day's going to go really good. But the heart chocked real tight with all that pressure from sharing. Letting go was delayed and the body removed from pressure, and expansive manias are to be reveled in, not suppressed, not shaming. No taming or manic, are we perfect spaceship? We are perfect spaceship dism. On the worker, one for you, headed down lone road, but she's right around all the corn bowl to share and mighty upwellings, ebb and flow to wait to embed, to finite wishes that extract half galax, halfa, brush, gucking mind, reek, life. Beg men, we beg man to life in a dime, free wind child, rascal girls all around too well to tell that the fast is coming. To break animal protein habits is to alleviate your soul and begin loving without objection to that kingdom that reworks itself to balance tethers nightly. Made to stray, but reverses her Tao. She returns and frees the memories to expand into Ayer, Kayer, ooh, yayer. Oh, kind dome. Okay, Josh Karatesh, hella freya to report me. I like to pork. Hallelujah to Yib before and a while ago. And as though with the BTL Dolphin statement issued by the end of a linen, and I shaped the mandala rods, paste-based rods made heaven. Hip Krish made Ra and Meister. Me gonna marry everything eventually. Won't have to limit loves if I break down all of you tonight and take you all home to snuggle in the cave I have woven just for my gorgeous. Almost done. So follow the flex, snuggle, great, brash, and come over. I am opening up chest catacomb to you in attempts to pop through y'all crowns. Can you all take the last bit seriously and as invitational recreational advertire into play, as I will surely coax a writhing part of ourselves into pleasure, expanded without boards. Bellies are the best rolling pins to relay soft, broad back rubs.
All right. I feel like all these nights we're gonna accidentally summon demons or something. That was fantastic. Hey, I'd like to have a warm round of applause for all the poets who came out tonight. And then also all you people who are applauding. That's right, Inception applause. Yay! You guys keep it alive. You guys make it real. This is Page 2 Poetry at Cush, signing off.
Thank you, James.